Hi guys, Dave's here. Well, I'm back in the shop here. You noticed I'm not doing much wood projects lately. I've kind of got a little problem with my back going on. But I want to talk to you about something. You know, if you make any kind of woodworking project or any kind of crafts or anything, don't undervalue your product. I mean, we know how long it takes to make something. And so you need to count your time and your skills. I know we've all had on somebody, hey, can you make this or make this? And they show you a picture, or maybe it's coming from Etsy, eBay, or some other store. More than likely you can make it. But there's one catch. They want you to make it cheaper. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. There's more involved than what it's worth. Just value skills. I mean, think of these right here when you're pricing your stuff. So before pricing anything, think about this. Time traveled. More than likely, you don't have the stock in hand that you're going to be making. You'll need to travel to a home center, lumber yard or something to pick it up. The nearest one for me is 15 minutes drive. So it's 15 minutes there and 15 minutes back. That's 30 minutes plus the time I spend in the store. So let's just round it up to an hour. So that's 1 hour that we just get materials. Then you got the materials, the price of the materials and everything. Time to design the project. You know, you got to count your time. You know, like my projects here, every one of those, I had to design those to begin with. Now, once you got your design, if you're going to make another one later, you can make it at a cheaper price because you done designed it. But if it's a one-off thing, no. Then more than likely, you know, the lumber that you buy, you're going to have to cut it. You're going to have to rip it. You know, the size. Then you're going to have to shape it using your router. You're going to sand it. And you ain't going to just sand it one time. A lot of times you'll sand it with one grit of paper, then I'd sand it with a finer grit. And then you got to pre-stain it. Not everything has to take the pre-stain, but there's a lot of things does. Or you're going to be staining it or painting it. And then in between that, they got to dry. You know, you don't count your drying time. But if it's taking up your shop, well, yeah, you can't do anything else in your shop. You got to count that. Then you got to finish the project. You got to put some kind of finish on it and everything to preserve it. Attach hardware after it's finished. If there is any hardware, you know, you're attaching it afterwards. That's another time thing. Supplies. You know, I don't know how many times you work on something and you don't count your supplies. You can use sandpaper. You can use rags. You can use paper towels. All that counts up. I mean, it's a little bit at a time. Another biggie here is maintenance. You know, I have to pay electricity for my shop. I paid high dollars for some of my equipment in my shop. There's maintenance that you have to do on them. You know, I have to replace the saw blades on this thing. They don't last a lifetime. I have to replace bandsaw blades on my bandsaw. So, you know, all that stuff needs to be included. Just think about all the factors before you price something. Some people will take advantage of you because you know how to do something. And they think you can do it just like that right there. You know better. It doesn't happen. I watched another guy on YouTube, and he says he does a day rate. You know, everything that you make takes 1 day. At least 1 day. A lot of people don't understand that, but more than likely it's going to take you several hours to make one project, including all these steps. So, you know, he had a day rate like $500 and everything. everybody's day rate could be different. But you know, I have a job that I go to during the daytime. I get paid an hourly wage. I do this as a hobby, you know, and not everybody knows how to do what I do. So you've got to charge what you're worth. So I'm not going to give you no prices, but just count your time involved. Don't cheat yourself out. You know, if somebody else makes it cheaper, let them go to them. You know, you've got a skill, you charge what you think you're worth. As always, thanks for watching, guys.